Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Signalis. The game is available on PC and Nintendo, Xbox and PlayStation consoles. Signalis is a survival horror game developed by Rose Engine. You play as a replica unit searching for her missing partner. So what is it like to play? Well, Signalis is quite retro in many respects and controls are definitely one of them. It's slow, methodical and quite clunky with kind of minimalistic movement and deliberate sort of patterns. Think old school Resident Evil set in a pixel art sci-fi environment. Most of the time you'll be exploring facilities, interacting with objects, finding keys or reading documents to get little bits of information you need to solve the next puzzle. There are also point and click elements as the game transitions into first person mode. You'll be using a radio to tune into special frequencies to unlock doors or identify access codes. It's very much an analog type of game with clever and inventive puzzles, all with a retro sensibility. You'll be collecting items, gathering ID cards, unlocking doors and combining these items sometimes to make a useful key item. Combat is featured, but it is not the best part of the game, to be honest. Whether you're using a handgun, a shotgun or whatever, it's very slow, it's clumsy and it's quite ugly in terms of how it's presented. The world is broken into small rooms that you'll explore or fight off the hostile creatures that lay in wait. Sadly, the game has no auto-save feature, so again, you've got to remember to save manually, but if you're an old fart like me, that's not a problem, because we've been there, chaps, haven't we? Yeah, so overall, it's one of those ones for the older gamers out there, or the people who have a kind of a nostalgia for the old genres. Those of us who grew up with the first Resident Evil games, you know, it's a bit dated, but it has a charm. Visually, it's a delightful little game with a kind of interface that's akin to the Metal Gear games. It's got a dark, moody world to explore, and it's really quite cool how it switches between third and first person. Also, the art style, very cool. Sound-wise, the ambience really does make the difference. It really adds a sense of foreboding to the game. The music is also wonderful, especially like the menu theme. It reminded me of something very eerie, very chilling. Okay, good and bad stuff. What's good? The atmosphere is dark and creepy, the puzzles are varied and interesting, it's a throwback to the old days of survival horror, and on the whole, it's very well presented. Bad points. The combat is subpar at best. After a strong start, it does drift in the mid-game, and the lack of auto-saving might put off some gamers. Okay, verdict. Signalis is a throwback to the early days of the survival horror genre. With its limited save points, minimal ammunition and tense atmosphere, it captures why I fell in love with games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Yes, it may feel dated in some regard, but it's got a good story, it's got clever puzzles, and it's pretty interesting to explore the world. It's a game for the older gamers out there who crave an experience from back in the day. It isn't perfect, and combat wise, it's a bit of a dog's dinner, but the other quality aspects make up for these shortcomings. Well worth a playthrough if you're into horror, sci-fi or retro survival. Scoring wise, I'd give Signalis a 7.5 out of 10, pretty enjoyable. Okay, that's the review. Thanks for watching. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Cheers.